I asked him last week, what do you like to do after your radio gig is done, Dave? He goes, oh, well, Jerry, man, I like to go down the riverfront and kick it, sip on my 40, and maybe throw down a little click-clack for some mad stacks. Now, I don't really know what all those words mean.
Me neither.
But
they sound good.
It sounds like a great way to relax, And
the cool thing is I'm still here, though, so I don't know how I'm pulling that off.
Yeah, that's right, dog. But anyway, God, I got so much stuff to go over. It's just crazy. My good friends up there at the Sicilian Pizzeria in Wilton have come on board as an official sponsor of Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show. I love those guys up there. I love their food. And they just moved to Wilton. And I'm telling you, if you're from Wilton, Durant, Tipton, Hinkeyville, Atalissa, you're going to come and give these guys a shot. I stopped in there Monday for lunch, and I asked Gary Brown, the owner, I said, well, I love the pizzas, but what about these subs you got? He goes, here, try this Italian beef sub we got. So I tried, and he pulled that thing out, and, man, it is 4 foot long, 35 pounds. And I got it. I said, oh, man, this is beautiful. I took it home, and my girlfriend, Kathy, says, you can't eat all that. I said, let me tell you something, woman. No sandwich ever whips me. I whip the sandwich.
Yeah.
And I ate that thing, and I took like a 3-hour nap afterwards. But, yeah, I'm telling you, the subs are killer. The pasta is killer. The pizzas are killer. You got to try it. And thanks for coming on board as a sponsor. Jerry's Bait and Tackle opens today. Today is our first day of the season. We're opening up. We'll open up at 10 o'clock as soon as I get home. So we've got shad gut, we've got worms, we've got minnows, we got wax. We got a lot. The only thing we don't have right now is leeches because they're still under ice, like most of the north part of the country is. You can check us out at Jerry's Bait and Tackle. .webs.com, or you can go on to Facebook and look up Jerry's Outdoor Show. Like us, don't like us, see all the comments we put on there. My celebrity is starting to grow a little bit.
Yes, it is.
Last night, I was out at Hy-Vee doing a little bit of shopping. It was like, Kathy gets back to town today, so I better get some groceries for the house. She just can't live on Sicilian pizza. Well, I can, but
well, how about that sandwich?
So, I was out at Hy-Vee. I was looking through the meat case, and this sweet little old lady comes up, and she kind of taps me on the shoulder because I had my Jerry's Bait and Tackle jacket on, and she says to me, "Are you the guy from the radio that talks about fishing?" And I said, yes, I am. And she goes, well, I just think it's wonderful that KWPC lets people like you talk on the radio. I said, well, thank you. And she turned to walk away, and I was like, well, wait a second. What the heck does that mean? It didn't sound right for some reason.
They let me on. So.
There you go. But no, love the guys out here. They do everything for me, and I'm glad they allow this time for this lunacy to happen. And I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you got any questions or comments, feel free to call in at 563-263-8600. Dave, is there any point, I've been doing this for a while now, and you're a professional DJ.
Well, you use that term very loosely.
Well, you're engineering my show right now.
Well, I'm not really DJing. I'm making it look good.
When do you get to the point where you get used to hearing your own voice?
When I turn the headphones on.
Yeah, I can't,
And I'm going somewhere with this because I've been accused of being off my rocker, and I just tell them point blank, I hear voices in my head, so I'll take the headphones off.
No, I record the shows, and you can go to YouTube and look up the link of past shows, and I usually put them on Facebook. They're usually up by noon. Do it. But man, it's like, that's not my voice. That is not the voice I hear in my head.
Right.
So maybe I need to go to, like, broadcasting school. Or, this morning we're going to be talking about fishing here at 50 after the hour. You got to get that voice on. Well, you do it like that. Or be like those movie guys, coming this summer from Miramax. But anyway, let's get on with the show. We've got way too much to cover today.
But to answer your question, it took me about a month.
Took you about a month?
Took about a month, yeah.
So I'm about there if you figure up all the shows I've done.
There you go. And for the movie voice, you got to get right up on the mic. 9 a.m. KWPC. But that also backfires, too, because you may sound like Barry White. Hey.
That don't sound creepy at all.
No, it don't. Well, Barry White claims that he was responsible for a lot of babies. But anyway, let's get back to the show.
So anyway, fishing report. What's going on? We got Cedar Rivers open. We've got Mississippi Rivers open. Iowa River's open. Coralville up there at the res, it's open and flowing, but you can't use any of the boat ramps yet. For some reason, they ain't got those open. So don't go up there with your boat because you're not going to get in. The Deep Lakes Park, I was down there this morning, and I checked it out because I had some reports that crappie were being caught. And I talked to another guy, and he said, nah, there ain't no crappie being caught. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to go down there. And I went down there this morning, and there was 3 nice gentlemen fishing down there. And they pulled up bluegill, and they pulled up crappie right in front of me. So, yes, crappie and bluegill are biting. The bluegill were biting on waxworms, and the crappies were biting on minnows. You want to fish about a 2 to 4 foot depth there, and you're going to get them. And you're going to want to concentrate on the south end of the pits. You want to fish in them bay areas there. The south end of the pits gets sun all day, and it's going to warm up quicker. And do not go down there with your river tackle. Do not go down there with 12-pound test. You want to use real light test. Don't use a big red bobber. That water is still very cold. And when the water is that cold, a fish's eyesight is 5 times better than it is in warmer water. So they're going to be able to pick up that very easy. And like I said, we got Kurt here, and he's going to explain a little bit more what's going on with deep parks. Or one of these days I'm going to get through that. I think you just change it to Deep Park, and then I won't ever screw that up.
There you go.
But, hey, I was impressed. I went down there. The boat ramps, they're in, but there's no way to get to them yet. The gravel isn't down there, but the concrete is there, and it's looking good, man.
Yeah, they got all the concrete was poured last early winter. Contractors are starting back there again today, actually, and we still got to put riprap on both sides of the ramps, and they got to put riprap down at the end of the ramp, and then we got to get a parking lot built. So we're telling people, we're hoping by the middle of April. Shouldn't be any reason unless weather really changes and we can't get in there. We should have it open by the middle of April at the latest.
So where are you guys getting rocks from? Do you have to go up to Wisconsin? I think there's a couple places down there that might have some.
Actually, the rock we'll be using will be coming out of Windland Quarries because it'll be limestone instead of river stone.
You guys did some little grading there, I saw. Make it a little bit more accessible, I think, to the south side of the boat ramp. And it's a double boat ramp.
That's correct. Right? Yeah, and there'll actually be a dock in between.
Right.
So it's a double boat ramp.
Well, we were talking a little bit earlier on the phone last week. Something said there was a little bit, and these guys down there this morning that were fishing did say there was a little scuttlebutt about dropping structure in or putting some structure in. Where are we at with that?
We will be working on that here this summer, and actually I'm trying to get a meeting together with the DNR biologist to invite area fishermen in and then discuss with him what their plan, what we need to do that. But we just don't want to go in there and do that, without having a plan. And one of our first things we want to get done is topo maps of the bodies of water, so we know if we're putting these structures in 10 foot of water, and because we don't want them to go in the 30 foot of water. They're not going to do any good.
Absolutely.
And then also on those topo maps, once we put structure in, we'll build a mark on those maps, so fishermen will be able to download those maps, and they'll know where that structure is at then. That's one of the, I know we had some people wanted to put them on the ice, and you see a lot of that in farm ponds and things like that. The downside to putting them on the ice is the ice moves as it's melting, and so it doesn't necessarily going to drop right where you put it on that ice, and so, especially at deep lakes, 5 feet could mean a difference in 5 foot of depth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there again too, when you say these maps, these are all going to be available probably through the Muscatine County Conservation website.
That's correct.
They've got a beautiful plan laid out. I'd like for you guys to take a look at it. You can stop out there and see it. We're going to slide into a little commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Kurt Weiss.
Wilton treat your family to dinner tonight. Their dough is made fresh every day with only the freshest ingredients, so you're guaranteed to taste the difference. Offering classic specialty pizzas like Sammy the Bull, the Palermo, the Gladiator, the German, the Viagra, and many more. Try one of their killer subs, calzones, or pasta dishes if you're looking for something different. Make sure you start your meal off with one of their mouth-watering appetizers, Asiago tomatoes, cheesy garlic bread, or their famous seafood bruschetta. Call the Sicilian Pizzeria in Wilton for pickup or delivery today. 563-732-9396. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
When you head back to the fields this spring, you'll be working your equipment hard. You'll need a diesel fuel that will work just as hard to power you through the long hours and tough conditions. You need FS Diesel X Gold to power and protect your diesel equipment. When it comes to protecting your investment, Diesel X Gold clearly outperforms other diesel fuels. It is specially formulated to help your equipment start easily and keep running at peak efficiency. Optimum levels of cetane improver, detergency, lubricity modifier, demulsifier, fuel stability agents, and corrosion and oxidation inhibitors all add up to provide maximum power, long-lasting protection, and better fuel economy. So, when you're deciding which fuel to use this spring, choose the one that performs. Diesel X Gold. It's absolutely the best fuel to power and protect your diesel-powered equipment. Contact your local FS member company today. FS, the people and the products you need to go further.
Join us for the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable presented by FS Growmark, Friday, March 21st from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. The Spring Ag Roundtable will address a wide range of agriculture-based issues and their impact on our local, national, and global future. So save the date, the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable presented by FS Growmark, Central State Bank, Kent Nutrition Group, Monsanto Company, Diamonds on the Avenue, Buffalo Prairie State Bank, Big River Resources, Muscatine County Farm Bureau, and Unity Point Health Trinity. Listen to the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable live on air, online at voiceofmuscatine.com, or on your smartphone via the free app.
All right, we are back on the air. We have Kurt. We were just talking a little bit on the break there that it's almost been exactly a year to date that place has opened up, and it's already transformed quite a bit.
Come a long ways. There's a long ways to go, but people need to be patient. You know, I mean, if we had a open checkbook, we could complete it pretty quickly. But you know, it's tax dollars that we're using and donations, and so we're out trying to find as much funding as we can. But it takes a while to get that.
And you usually have to write up these grants and everything.
That's correct.
So what do you think we got on slate this year as far as projects?
Well, I've received a grant to connect the two lower lakes. Lake Violet and Lake Jewel will be connected. We'll also be putting fish habitat in those two lakes. That's part of that grant was to purchase cinder blocks, and as well as we're going to use a lot of the river stone that we have down there for spawning beds to go in. I've got a grant out for another boat ramp to go into Lake Jewel. Haven't heard on that one, so that would be nice if we would get that, but that would be a fall construction if that grant was approved. A lot of the other is just going to be still cleaning up down in the area.
Oh, yeah. And we got a map here, and you guys named all the pits, all the lakes.
All the lakes are named, so you could get on our website, muscatinecountyconservation.com, and look at the map, and you could go by these lake names. The names, a lot of them come from the donor's family. That was what, the names that they'd chosen. And so, I mean, if anybody's going to give a gift like that to the county, we'll gladly put some of their names on those.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah. Hey, we got a phone call. It had to accept the long-distance charges. I don't know what's going on with this one, but I told them to put them on your credit card.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, that's already done. Who's on the line here?
Hello.
Hello, you're on Jerry's Bait Tackle Outdoor Show.
Hello, Jerry. I'm looking for Jerry of the Outdoors. This is Apala Abdul Gandhi.
Apala Abdul Gandhi. Yeah.
I'm calling from Johnny Pyramids, Arab American Desert Emporium. I have your camels for delivery.
What camels?
You order 50 camels for Deep Snake Lake party. I have camels and saddles ready to go. Where do I bring them?
What are you doing?
No, I did not order camels for Deep Lakes Park.
Yes, I have work order here. Yellow piece of paper with red lettering. It says delivered to Jerry of the Outdoors, care of Deep Lake in Teen, Iowa.
I'm sorry you're confused. Last year we attended a meeting down there, and a guy had said something about it'd be nice if we had camel rides down there, but I didn't order any camels.
Yes, he make telephone call. I say, what you need? He say, I need camels. I say, how many camels? He say, 50 camels. I say, 1 hump or 2? He say, 2 hump. I don't know. I have camels ready to go.
I'm sorry, bud, but I'm not going to be able to buy any camels, and I'm not going to monkey around with you on this. It was just all a big mistake.
Oh, now you want monkey? Monkeys are going to be extra. Hold on. Smell.
Well, there you go. No, I did not order any camels unless they got filters on them.
Oh my gosh, Johnny Taylor is going to be so angry. He do not like to say. We have magic lanterns and carpet rides.
Well, maybe you can call Muscatine County Conservation Board and see if they're interested.
I don't think the monkeys would like to have filters put on.
I don't know.
McMill, stop spanking the monkeys, McMill. So you don't need no camels?
No camels.
Okay, I make you one last deal. About 25 camels, 10 monkeys, and I throw in Johnny Quest DVD box set.
No sale.
No sale. I'm so happy. How about Dolly Parton balloon?
Nope, no sale.
I am so angry. I am going to be in so much trouble. Johnny Taylor would not like to take delivery back.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey, McMahon, fire up the magic carpet. We are out of here.
Well, Apollo Abdul is called in, and so if anybody wants some camels, please look at Craigslist. I'm sure they'll be up. But it isn't me. I got enough with the bait and the minnows and everything else. Anyway, Kurt, just to reiterate, there isn't going to be any camel rides.
No camels at Deep Lake.
I know where you can get some real cheap right now. But anyway, where we were at, I kind of lost my spot there. These international callers are getting to me.
I don't know if this is going to help your day any, but they said it was like $5 or $6 a minute.
It's all money after this part. And remember, Jerry's Bait and Tackle opens at 10 o'clock this morning, where night crawlers will be $25 a dozen. So
help the guy out.
They won't be $25 a dozen.
This guy.
Hey, Mom, you hear that guy on the radio said $25 a dozen? That idiot, I ain't getting none of that. But anyway, we were talking to Kurt before we go totally off the rails here. They have named them. You have maps available. I'm sure those are out at the...
we would have them out at our learning center, or you could just get online and you could, print off your own maps. And they'll be the new maps. We already have existing maps, but not with the names. But the new maps within the next few weeks or month will be all posted down there in all the parking lots too, so people know where they're going. And it's a safety feature as well. So if you have problems and you got to call 911, you could tell them what lake you're at so we could find you.
The real concern last year down here was restrooms. Are we putting in some porta potties?
We'll be adding a lot more porta potties. I believe almost all of the parking lots will have porta potties by this summer. So.
All right. Well, that's great. I think we're going to slide into another little commercial break, and we'll be right back with Kurt, the Camel Man Weiss, Muscatine County Conservation Board.
Let the Sicilian Pizzeria of Wilton treat your family to dinner tonight. Their dough is made fresh every day with only the freshest ingredients, so you're guaranteed to taste the difference. Offering classic specialty pizzas like Sammy the Bull, the Palermo, the Gladiator, the German, the Viagra, and many more. Try one of their killer subs, calzones, or pasta dishes if you're looking for something different. Make sure you start your meal off with one of their mouth-watering appetizers, Asiago tomatoes, cheesy garlic bread, or their famous seafood bruschetta. Call the Sicilian Pizzeria in Wilton for pickup or delivery today. 563-732-9396. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Small town banking. It's personal and friendly. It's dependable. It's Buffalo Prairie State Bank. The folks at Buffalo Prairie State Bank pride themselves on their personal service. That means getting to know you, earning your trust, and being there with help and advice. But while still small town in service, they offer competitive rates on savings accounts and IRAs. Ask about their rates and put your trust in Buffalo Prairie State Bank in Buffalo Prairie, Illinois.
Buffalo Prairie State Bank, a proud sponsor of the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable.
It's that time of year again. Join us for the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable presented by FS Growmark happening Friday, March 21st from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. The Spring Ag Roundtable will address a wide range of agriculture-based issues and their impact on our local, national, and global future. We are pleased to announce the panelists for the 2014 Spring FS Ag Roundtable, including Iowa Deputy of Agriculture Michael Negg, Iowa Farm Bureau President Craig Hill, Chairman of Iowa Senate Agriculture Committee, Senator Joe Sang, Chairman of the Iowa House Ways and Means Committee, Representative Tom Sands, Iowa House and 8th Generation Farmer, Representative Bobby Kaufman, Iowa Farm Bureau Ag Woman of the Year, Heidi Vidito, Ag Lending at Central State Bank, Ryan Cox, Growmark Agronomist Nate Pierce, Iowa Cattleman Chief Executive Officer Matt Deppie, President of Big River Resources Ray Deffenbaugh, National Corn Growers Association Board Member Rob Elliott, as well as representatives from the Iowa Soybean Association and Iowa Corn Growers. It's the 2014 Spring Ag Roundtable presented by FS Growmark, Central State Bank, Kent Nutrition Group, Monsanto Company, Diamonds on the Avenue, Buffalo Prairie State Bank, Big River Resources, Muscatine County Farm Bureau, and Unity Point Health Trinity.
Oh, when you play that, it always reminds me of my old buddy Johnny Crane.
It does.
Yep, Johnny Crane used to have this show on before me, and I've done it many times with Johnny. And Johnny, if you're listening out there, and Dave falls backward on his chair in there, Johnny, if you got your ears on, if you're listening to me, it's an open door invitation, buddy. Anytime you want to come in, we'll do a show. It's like I said, it's always open door, and it's pretty much open door to anybody out there. If you want to be on my show, just give me a holler. Probably not after you heard what today is, because Kurt said this will probably be his last time. He does have dignity, but if you have low morals and no dignity, you're welcome to be a friend of mine. That's ones I got. But anyway, me and Kurt were talking on break, and we're going to kind of finish up on Deep Lakes here. We're going to move to a couple other bodies of water, but possibility of catfish being stocked down here at Deep Lakes Park.
We are on the DNR's list for initial stocking of catfish in Deep Lakes. We know that there is catfish in some of the lakes, maybe all of the lakes, but we want to start initial stocking, so it'll be 100 catfish per acre. Now, these will be 3 to 4 inch fish. But, we have 130 acres of water down there, so they're going to be putting roughly 13,000 catfish down at Deep Lakes later this summer. And then it'll be an ongoing stocking. Every 2 to 3 years, they'll put additional fish in there.
Well, that's just awesome. Besides Deep Lakes Park, I went out, and you can check it out on the Facebook page. I took pictures out there at Chicken Creek or Salisbury Bridge. Man, that place has really changed.
A lot different looking when you enter the park. The old bridge is gone, and this new modern bridge, and a lot of the vegetation's gone. It really opens the park up when you first come in.
Right, and you cleared off that south side there, or the river side of the bridge, rather. There used to have the high trees there, so that's all access. Of course, it opens it up to my little secret crappie hole now. I'm not too happy about that. And the bridge piers are gone, but I'm sure them crappie they'll migrate.
They'll figure a different place to go, because I'm sure there'll be some changes done,
So is there any more stuff to do at Chicken Creek? They still got a little finishing?
Actually, the road will be closed again for several weeks this spring, early summer. As soon as frost goes out, they still have to concrete the approaches on both sides of that. They were not able to do that last year. So, unfortunately, we were hoping all of the closures were going to be done last fall, but they will be closed for a few weeks this spring.
Yeah, totally looks different. Jerry's Bait and Tackle Show, you're on the air, and if you're my grandma, don't cuss.
Hey, Jerry.
What's up, bub?
Al Whitmore. How are you and Kurt doing today?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. Hey, Kurt, I wanted to ask you something. I seen you yesterday, forgot to. Is there any possibility down there at Deep Lake Parks where you're putting that ramp in, and on the south side of that ramp that they could put a couple handicap parking stalls down there so old club-footed guys like me don't fall down on that rock?
Those will be included in the parking lot plan, yes. It'll probably be, it'll be on the south side of that. And then eventually we're looking at, accessible fishing piers or walkways along there for everybody. Just not only the handicapped, for everybody that can get down and have easier access. Because some of that, terrain is rough, those rocks and that.
Yeah, how well I know. So you guys take care. I did see there was a dead fish out to Discovery yesterday. I hope that's not a bad sign for us. I don't like to see that, but we know it could happen this time of year and the way this winter was. So, Well, you guys have a good weekend. Take care.
Hey, Al, if I still got you on the phone there, what would probably help you out a lot down there at Deep Lakes Park is I've got some camels coming in supposedly a little later on this afternoon. I'll be having a 2-for-1 special
I heard about that,
going on.
I can't lift the big rocks because when they need to drink, you got to smash the rocks together, and that gives them to take on that extra gallon or two, and then you can go further with them.
Well, that's some trouble with camels.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling in, bud.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, see ya. So, yeah, Chicken Creek, it looks fantastic out there. We only got a few more minutes, but we got big trout release coming up, too, don't we?
Next Friday will be the trout release, our spring trout release in Discovery Pond. And so they'll be bringing 1,000 trout at 10 o'clock in the morning. Still probably going to have a little bit of ice on the water yet. Kind of abnormal year for that. But.
Right. Well, and it's like what Al was touched on the phone. Yeah, we are probably going to see a pretty good fish kill this year.
We probably will in a lot of our ponds and lakes. I'm hoping we've been... looking at Discovery Pond where, there was a dead catfish floating there, and you're going to have some. You get some of that every winter. That's spring fed, so for the most part, we should have been okay. But I think you're going to see a lot of farm ponds, especially ones that were in timber and had a lot of leaves and that fall in them. And with all this snow cover, we're going to see a lot of fish kill, unfortunately.
Well, like I said, this past winter is the winter I remember when I was a kid. This was way back in the days, back when Kiss and Def Leppard, that was music, not what you young kids listen to today, but that was music. But, 77, 78, 79, I was in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, or maybe 5th grade, 6th grade, 5th grade again. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was 20 feet of snow.
Yeah.
They never canceled school.
Unless the buses got stuck.
If the buses got stuck out in the country, which they hardly ever did.
And it was only the people who were in the bus.
Right.
All the rest of us still had to go.
Right. And, of course, when you're a kid, you see that first snowflake, you're calling up the radio station. I remember calling Ron Edmonds. School canceled? School canceled? No, school's wide. Or they do this damn dirty trick all the time. Aledo schools close. Washington schools close. Louisa Muscatine schools close. Muscatine schools are wide open. But you know what? The 2 or 3 times that they did close school, what's the first thing you did? Run outside all day.
Yep.
Build snow forts, everything else. So, all right. Well, Kurt, I know there was a whole bunch more we needed to get to, but we'll get to that on another show. A half hour just isn't enough. So, for Dave Stiles and Jared Providence, we're going to slide out of here, and I will see you at the Minnow Tank, or I will see you on the radio next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Jerry will be back next Friday, right here on the Voice of Muscatine, to talk about fishing, life, and even a few jokes. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next Friday. Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show on the Voice of Muscatine. I think I got a big one on the line, Jer. Gonna need a bigger boat.
But I love to fish.
Wake up with KWPC AM 860, your partner in agribusiness.